Shweta. I'm an interior designer and I have my own interior design company. Today's video we are going to show you that how to revamp your own pieces of furniture. I would like to share with you some of the pieces that I have repurposed, reused and repainted, refabricated, like just throw some pieces of fabric on it, because it's a COVID time. We all are bored with same old pieces of furniture, same old sitting arrangements, same old chairs around us. So how about a revamp given to your piece of furniture which you are using currently, and you can just add some fabric, you can paint some pieces, you can just modify few of the looks and create an amazing furniture pieces out of that. I'm going to share 5 favorite pieces of mine today. Those are my created pieces, and that's why I'm very excited to share with you what I have, what I like, and what I've done with my old chairs and old coffee tables and old chair. And these are really creative stuff that I've done. If you want to learn or you want to know how you can do it, and how in this situation when you're bored you can really revamp your house, let's take a look at each piece of furniture and I'll show you what exactly I have done to them. Refurbished, revamped. I have just the bottom part, and I have repurposed the whole thing by painting it, staining it, sanding it out, adding a shelf, and made it a shoe closet for my kiddo. And for this DIY, I used some legs, wooden legs that I've added. I added the top part as well to it, and I have used stain paints, and yep, this looks absolutely gorgeous. It is my entryway table and I love it. I have clubbed it with my artwork. I have painted that and I have made it cohesive in one corner. When you enter, this looks very welcoming and beautiful. Now this desk was a plain desk that I had got, and there was nothing extraordinary about this. So I thought I need a focal point kind of a desk that talks for itself, a real masculine industrial style. So I have used decoupage and mixed media, hand painted stuff on this desk, so that I can give a bold characteristics to this desk and not a boring piece of furniture. And now, as you see, it talks for itself. This is example number 2, the bar stool. This is really worn out from the sides, you can see, and it's a leather covered boring bar stool. So when you also have a furniture piece which is worn out and torn from side, what you can do is you can add any piece of fabric to the head of it. Like I decided to go with fur, as I had a piece of fur lying in my house. But it was very small piece, so I decided to cut to half, and as you can see in the picture, and then add it on the top of the bar stool. And I have used staple gun, and for that's it. I have not glued anything, and it was very easy to unscrew and screw it back, and voila, you get amazing chic, nice fur tabletops. So 2 are masculine and 2 are feminine chic table bar stools. Recovered this chase. It was an old chase. I was bored with the traditional type of fabric that I had, so I have done this upholstery by myself. I've also sewn a matching pillow to it. These are some of the laces and some of the extra fabric that was left from here. I have mixed and matched and done a patchwork of my fabric. I also, people say usually don't use silk fabrics, but I have used a silk fabric here on this chase because it is for my use, and I know how I can use it and how I can keep it stain free. To keep it dust free and stain free, I also cover it up when nobody is visiting, and it can look fresh forever without dust, without catering any stains on it. And this is how I have done the upholstery of this one. I've also painted the legs here. I've added some decorative laces here, then I've added laces here. So yeah, I've done the patchwork. Now this is a chase. See, you can see it's a boring traditional chase. So I decided to go with an interesting patchwork. This is an upholstery silk material which you can sit on, and then I have used a different medium of silk fabrics with velvets and just made a patchwork out of it. I've sewn it and with different laces and different type of materials I've accumulated together and made this patchwork, and then I've upholstered it. I've also painted it to give my artsy style, give an edge to it, that this is how I like it. And generally you use silk fabric with a very careful eye, but they want it for a focal wall, so this is going to be used for a focal wall as an accent piece, and it's not going to be roughly used by everybody, so that also matters. If there are a lot of people who are going to use it, then be very careful of using a fabric which is rough and tough. This was created just for 2 people who are going to use especially in the bedroom. I just wanted to have a different focal point and not just the same old style. So I revised it, refreshed it with all the graphic prints that you see. Some of the prints I've created and enlarged and all that. I have played around with the graphic prints, and then I have added on this dressing table. I have also added one of the dressing tables. I had also revamped it with a fabric, silk fabric, and dress that up. But for now you can use, if you have graphic papers and all, you can just use that and paint it with, first you prime the thing. Priming is very important. First sanding, then priming, and then you add the colors, and then you add these kind of graphic papers to that. But these are actually special thin papers which will go very well with the whole thing, and then you give the whole effect like you see here. This is literally like, it's been a while I've done this, but I wanted to show some of the beautiful pieces that I have. And the best part is I've mismatched the knobs also, not used the same style of knobs, which also gives an interesting characteristics to the whole piece. And I've also added graphic papers here and here, and then I've done this decoupage here and tried to merge with the painting, then also stained it. These are not actually, this is not a paint color, this is a stain color, ebony. Your black we call ebony, you can go for a black stain. And literally you have to be very careful, but you can also play around with it. And 1 or 2 times you can try out your hands. If you're creative enough to and you're good with paint, then you should go with this. If you're not very good with paint, then you can go wrong with painting furniture and you might not like it. So be careful on that. How well you are with the painting, it will depend on that. The finish will be that good. And see how I have, this was already there. I just wanted to bring a shabby chic effect. So priming white with this turquoise, and just leave it at that distress feeling. It leaves it a very good effect. It gives a depth to the whole thing. So I've done the distressing, and this is a little bit decoupage paper, you know, you have to play with the paper and the print and then try to merge it with the paint color. Then this is another piece of old coffee table that I wanted to revamp. So this table I have revamped using staining and painting. The top part is being stained, and the cabinets, the pillar of the coffee table is being painted, and the knobs are stained again. Because I don't want to be, don't want it to be painted, because if the top part is painted, I won't be able to keep my coffee tea on that. The stains will remain. So I had to stain it with varnish, and I have varnished the whole part with a dark ebony color. I've added some baskets here and just camouflaging whatever I want to hide away, CDs and wires like router wires. And this is actually a coffee table, but I'm repurposing it as a piano table, as my child plays piano and she uses this. So I'm using this unit as my piano table. And so you can also use any piece of furniture and mix and match it with colors, stains. But if you're using a wood surface to keep tea or coffee, then it is better you varnish or stain it and do not paint it. If you paint the table, then it will be dicey to keep anything. It would leave a mark and it might chip off as well. So be mindful of what is the usage of the piece. If the piece is being used for sitting or for coffee, tea, hot beverages, or just for the sake of focal point or just for storing something, and that's all the uses, then accordingly use the piece of furniture. Bring some life to your home, and also stay safe. Try out my DIYs. Do not get frustrated, exhausted. It's a rough time, but by trying out few of these experiments, I hope you will keep busy, and this will help you to stay creative, stay busy, and utilize your own piece of furniture, repurpose them, and sharing these ideas would help you to stay happy in your daily life. And revisiting your old spaces would be fun now than ever. If you want to visit more videos, if you want to know more about interior design tips, tricks and DIY, stay tuned. keep reading. I post a lot of articles, and there is this link to my website which you can go and read my vlogs. I also have a Facebook page. Do not forget to just go and visit it. It's you can anytime just send me an invite, and you can get into my page. You can follow me on Instagram. You can text me if you have any questions, and I would be happy to help you. In this time, I am open for your questions. If you have any questions, you want to learn about some things, you want to know about how you can do some things in a better way, please let me know. I am more than happy to help and give you best advices and utilize my time in a wonderful way by helping all you guys here. So I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more stuff. Bye bye. You bring the love.